It is not a criminal violation to enter the country illegally. It's not a criminal. It's a crime. It's not a crime, which is why
There is a special place in hell for individuals like Jasmine Crockett. And I'm not just saying that because I have a personal disdain for her, right? I feel like she's one of those type of people who just projects their own insecurities onto you, right? She has that sort of modern feminist pro-blackity thing where she's always trying to assert that she's good enough and therefore she is better than you. Like, that's what I just get from her. She has a very unpleasant sort of disposition. But the reason I say that she has a special place in hell reserved for her is because she has a spirit of division, a divisive spirit. And I believe that to be a demonic, quote unquote, demonic sort of spirit about you. She consciously looks to divide. She has the same sort of spirit that a Joyless Reed or a Rachel Madcow or all the wicked witches on The View. She has that sort of energy about her where she moves through life just looking for ways to create discord, right? Because I used to believe that she was in the same camp as an AOC, right? That she's just not that smart. She's relatively smooth brained. I'll put it that way, right? I'm doing my best not to be as petty as I can be. So she seems just to be a smooth brained, not so bright individual, right? Lights are on, but nobody's home type. But now I've come to realize that AOC is definitely that. Like, AOC believes in most of the things she is saying because she's just not that intelligent. Jasmine Crockett, to me, seems like the person who knows exactly what she's doing. And this was confirmed with a video that is now going viral of her when she is sitting in the midst of, let's say, white media, and she is basically pitching herself, right? You see the back and forth interaction and all the ghetto hood ratchetness, you know what I mean? That just puts her over the top of being unlikable. All the snapping and popping of the neck and the rolling of the eyes and the attitude and, just the ratchet energy that she gives off is nowhere to be found in this clip. Nowhere to be found. Now, let's get into it so y'all can see this for yourselves.
Absolutely. First of all, it's good to see you in the new year. No one could have told me that when I went down to Austin, now it looks like a little bit over a year ago, that I would be running for Congress. It's just not what my plan was. But what I've always decided is that I would step up when there was a need.
Listen, he up there, he's spewing all kinds of nonsense and bullshit. Let me just be real. And we weren't gonna sit for that shit. We wouldn't.
Now, you may see that and think to yourself that she is simply engaging in a little bit of code switching, right? We've all done it. We've all gone into, the job or in front of clients or whatever it may be and put on a very different accent. And then you're around the family and you put on, a different accent. And I used to have more leeway for things such as code switching. I used to think to myself, oh, there's no harm done. But in truth, it is lying. It is disingenuous. It is pretend. And I would ask myself, why is it that you feel you have to play a role for one group as opposed to the other, right? Now, when it comes to politicians, most of them will look to pander to an audience, which is something else I don't think is genuine. When I saw Skamala up there scamming the folks into believing she was a quote unquote black woman. And so she put on you better thank a union member, right? She'd talk about washing her collard greens in the tub. When you got so many collard greens, you got to wash them in the tub. Cackle, 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 cackle. No, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. That's disgusting. That is unsanitary. Yuck. But she was up there pandering. And folks, hook, line, sinker, they bought into that. They wanted that. And it's funny because DJT, Trump, anytime he does something, he's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. But one thing he don't do is change that accent around you. He's y'all I'm saying, you feel me? He's not going to Joe Biden you. If you vote for Trump, you ain't black. He's not going to hit you with I always keep hot sauce in my purse, Hillary Clinton. He's not going to hit you with that. But this ain't about him and it ain't about that. It's about Jasmine Crockett and the spirit. I'm going to call it the spirit of Jasmine Crockett. Those who have been sent to create division. Now, mind you, this is a woman who was elected to be a representation of her people, to be a representative of her people over there in Texas. And I don't know what the hell is in Texas water, but I love Texas. I got family in Texas. Shout out to Dallas. Shout out to Fort Worth. Shout out to Cedar Hill. But damn, Maxine, what is going on over there? Shout out to Ted Cruz, but damn, who picked this? Who chose this? And do you see the state in which these places are? I forgot who it was. I think I was watching Anton Daniels, and he was doing a review of a video, and a woman was talking about, it's crazy when you look at the districts of these people who are so-called for black people, and they're standing up for the marginalized, and they got all these causes, and they're for black women. Look at how the constituents, the people in their districts are doing. Look at the state in which their state is in, right? The place in which they're supposed to be representing, the ones who quote unquote voted them into those positions. And that's why I don't fall into this whole, well, we got to have more black representation. I say, no, we got to have more representation that gives a damn about doing what is in our best interest. I don't give a damn what they look like. I could have a purple brother up there, green, blue, red, brown. I don't care. So if they happen to be black and they're going to do the best job, beautiful. Just like the brother Sheldon, who's about to be essentially taking that seat, or at least being rightfully appointed into the seat that Jasmine Crockett is currently in. And there's a smear campaign going on around that brother. And he's a black man, a lawyer, a well-established man with his own practice. So a businessman amongst anything else, a Republican. But if you're black and you're Republican, it's automatically the left is rejecting you. To hell with the fact that you're a black man, that you represent, these values, that you care for the people, that you're going to do more for the people than this person ever did. The fact that you're a Republican. And so y'all continue, maybe not you, but we continue to allow for, they continue to vote in this very individual, this scammer. What happened with Stacey Abrams? Did I not make a video already about Stacey Abrams before the controversy of the $2 billion that she had going into her fund? I reported on us like $75,000 something being pocketed, or a few $100,000 that were being taken and used for personal use by Stacey Abrams, her people, and her so-called non-for-profits. Now we got $2 billion that has been funneled into. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was about helping out black folk. I thought this was about the community. Nah, that's the spirit of Jasmine Crockett, the spirit of ratchetness. This conversation about black representation, etc. We had a Condoleezza Rice, who was the Secretary of State, the third, if not fourth, the third most powerful seat in the nation, period. And you know what she was? She was well-spoken. She was sophisticated. She was professional. She wasn't finna squabble. She wasn't doing any of that. She wasn't ratchet with it, snapping her neck, popping her. She wasn't doing any of that. She wasn't doing any of it. And she didn't have to do it in order to pander to an audience. Some may say, well, she was pandering to a white audience because she was talking white. She was speaking white. What does speaking white mean? Oh, you mean articulate. Okay, interesting. And that's the problem. And Jazzy Crockett, she wasn't born in the hood. She was a private school kid. There's no shame in that. That's actually the goal. The goal is to raise kids who you can put into private schools and choose to have a better life. That's the goal. That's what we're looking to create, where you don't have to grow up in the hood. But she put that persona on, and I know what that is. Trust me, I went through periods in my life where I was trying to put on the hood persona. I was trying to be for the streets. I was trying to be all of that. Now, both ways for the streets, really, right? I was trying to lay up and stay up, and I was trying to, slang this and da. I was trying to be active in order for me to be accepted, to be validated. And so I created a persona. I was code switching. I was switching up depending on the audience that I was around. And I said, how is this genuine? How is this real? And I know there's folks at home right now watching, offended. You triggered right now. Well, you don't understand. I have to speak different for my job. So if you have the ability to speak that way, then why not move through life that way? Because you're afraid of being rejected by your family who's going to make fun of you, who's going to call you white or whitewashed because you're actually articulate, man. To hell with them. Handle yourself as professionally as possible. There are folks who grow up in those circumstances who look to separate themselves from those elements. And then you have the Jasmine Crockett's who have been given a opportunity. She is in a seat of power. I don't like to hear all this, well, white men in a position of power. Girl, you are in a powerful position as a woman and a quote unquote black woman. And instead of being up there and holding up a certain standard, you basically become the equivalent of, what was happening in entertainment. You're basically the Sexy Red or, the Meg the Stallions of the political arena. Finessing, using people's emotions against them, really. And of course, people get duped because, a lot of folks want to get duped. Like if you're still on the Democratic plantation in 2025 and you're black, you're completely lost. You're out of your damn mind. You are either uneducated. I'm trying to get that out. You're either uneducated, and that I can have some sympathy or empathy for, or you're just hard-headed as hell. And for that's between you and you. You too damn prideful. You have way too much pride. You can't be wrong. You can't think to yourself that maybe, just maybe, I didn't know what the hell I was talking about, what I was portraying as my identity. When I escaped the Democratic plantation, I had to come to terms with the fact that I was wrong. I did not know what the hell I was talking about. I had not done the research. I did not know the historic context of these things. I thought the Democratic Party was the party for black folk. I thought my identity was my skin color. I was not discerning enough to understand that I was being finessed. Barack Obama, why y'all voting for him? Because he's black. Did you ask him what he's going to do for you? Well, no, but he's black, so he must, man, you are a damn fool if you continue to go down that path. Jasmine Crockett is a microcosm of a larger macro. She is the symbol of this entire race hustling, race grifting, race baiting industry that has been created, a multi-billion-dollar industry. And so long as there are clients, so long as there's those willing to participate in it, they will continue to be individuals like this, whose cities, whose towns, whose states waste away in real time. Things are falling apart or continue to fall apart. Go to Chicago and see who their mayor is. Oh, he's a black man. Oh, but what's the state of the state? What's the state of black folks in that? It's a black man in power, but he's focused on giving immigrants the money as opposed to his own people. Oh, wait, that sounds like a hustle. That sounds like he's using his quote unquote blackness as a way to get in office, to emotionalize people, and then to get him some power, and then to get a check. Oh, interesting. Oh, Baltimore. Y'all got a Brandon too over there, huh? What's he doing? What's Brandon doing down there? Oh, he's what? He's black too, right? Brandon for Baltimore. And what's he doing for his people? Oh, Baltimore's still falling apart. Got some of the highest crime rates in. Oh, damn. Grandmothers and mothers afraid to walk home at night. Afraid to have their sons and daughters walk. Yeah, that doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound like people who care about the community are making a difference. And don't get it twisted. Local politics has a lot to do with the outcomes of a region or an environment. If they care enough, they're going to do something. Again, getting to spend time abroad, overseas, etc., has taught me some things. Seeing how one mayor, shout out to Antwerp and Bart Waive. Some folks might hear this one. Bart the Waive. I might be saying that wrong. Bart Dit Waive. Whole city changed because one individual said, man, to hell with this. We're not about to have rundown, degenerate. No. We're about to fix this up. We're about to focus on having a surplus of money as opposed to a deficit. We're going to build. We're going to stimulate economy, industry, etc. If the country ain't going to do it, damn it, we're going to do it in our city. And that's exactly what's been happening. You can do it at a nation level, but you have these so-called representatives. What the hell has Jasmine Crockett done for y'all besides some damn TikToks and riled you up for no damn reason. If that ain't a finesse, folks, I don't know what is. I appreciate you for tapping into this video. And if you would like to show some love to the channel, make sure to click the link below titled Buy Me a Coffee, or you can send a Cash App, or, you know, just keep showing up.
I fell in love with the sunshine. I fell in love with the light. I fell in love with the full moon. I fell in love with the night. I can see the light again. I can see the light. You can see the life in him illuminate the night. I know the time is taking. A 365, that's a full rotation. I see you looking up, you know them constellations. Constantly gazing like house of praises, you get to praising. They see your light shine, that's why they so frustrated.